I'm Rob Stokes, live on HB Kraken. I've been living here for, let me think, 5 years now. Must be around about 5 years, yeah. Katie originally bought the boat from Portsmouth, and we had it towed in from Portsmouth about it was 6 years ago now. And I met her just before the boat came here. So yeah, Katie was sort of in a position. She was looking for somebody that was very hands-on. So luckily she met me, a marine engineer, and we were able to together build this massive boat. So. And yeah, you can hear Herbie, and there's Felix is over there as well somewhere. So yeah, incredibly lucky to live here, and yeah, we've made a life together here on our little boat. So. It was I was living on Red Biddy at the time, and Katie was living next door on Myrtle, and we met at a party on one of the houseboats as well, and we basically Katie had already bought the boat, and I was fascinated by the project, and so I offered to help initially, which kind of turned into marrying her and buying building the whole thing. So yeah, that's kind of how it went down. It started off with I'll give you a little bit of a hand with some of the welding, and before I knew it, I was full steam ahead on it. Yeah, I was kind of building everything, and well, it was around about that time that I proposed to her as well. So and well, as you can hear, we have been busy. We've got 2 kids now, so two very lively kids. Yeah. The UK or the British Navy somehow ended up in Portsmouth. I don't know how it ended up in Portsmouth, but they wanted to get rid of it, and they were going to scuttle it or use it for target practice. So the people that own her now, Fred and Polly, they basically said, take it off your hands, how much do you want for it? And they said, how much do you want to give us for it? So have a guess at how much it cost.
I don't know, 100,000.
A little bit less than that.
Really?
Yeah. Just the boat, not the plot.
Yeah.
Just the boat itself. Have a guess.
80, 100.
That mighty hulk. 150 foot long it is.
Yeah.
We had my mum's 60th birthday party on it. They've got it's a massive cavernous hole inside, and they've got a stage in there. We had a live band. It was amazing. But they bought it for £500. I've lived in Glasgow for a lot of years, and lived in a normal house for a few years. But when I moved back down from Glasgow, because my granddad was on Red Biddy before my parents were, and I always loved coming here as a kid. So the thought of living on a boat was something I always wanted to do. So yeah, it's kind of a bit of a dream to live on a boat, and I think I've always wanted to live in somewhere unique. Parents both live on Red Biddy, which is number 33, which is that way, 33 boats, and Katie's mother lives on Myrtle next door. So yeah, both of our families were quite what's the word? Well, they were full of encouragement really with building the boats. So yeah, it was that support was something that helped us along in the process of building everything. Yeah, there's definitely occasions where my next door neighbours have been like, "Oh, Rob's having a bad day again," because they could hear my shouting and swearing. So yeah, it's when you're welding on the side of the boat and all of the welding sparks are going in your boots, and you know, you're getting burnt left, right, and centre, and yeah, or you're slopping around in the mud trying to dig mooring holes, and yeah, you kind of think, what am I doing? And you kind of have a little weep to yourself, but it's at the end of the day, here I am in a wonderful house. So, yeah, there's definitely been challenges along the way, but it's been a great journey, really, at the grand scheme of things. I mean, I am incredibly lucky, Katie and I are incredibly lucky to be able to build our own house, and not just like employ a contractor to do it, but actually physically, you know, put the nails into the wood myself. You know, that not many people get that opportunity. Well, I think one of the advantages of living in a house is you can drive right up to your house. So like groceries, things like that, you can just drive into the driveway, unload straight into the house. Same with deliveries of materials. But on a boat, getting materials on site is an absolute nightmare. So every single board of plasterboard or plywoods had to come along the towpath on a makeshift wheelbarrow, or you know, I mean, I put 4 tons of concrete in the bow, and a friend of mine, we barrowed 4 tons of ballast along the towpath and up and along a little crazy scaffold board to get it into the forward hole. So yeah, that was another one of those days where I thought, oh my god, what am I doing? But yeah, it's the advantages of living on a house are clear. It's very easy to get stuff there. It's very easy to get rubbish away. Getting furniture here, stuff like that. The logistics of living here can be challenging at times, but the disadvantages of living in a house are also your neighbours are right next to you. You know, there's people very close to you. Whereas here, I mean, you wouldn't get a view like that in a house unless you paid a huge amount of money. So yeah, we're and well, the other great thing is that you're just so close to the water. If you want to go out kayaking, you just wait for high tide and jump in the boat and away you go. So, Tom, a friend of mine, and myself, we designed and built our own boat that was moored just along there, so we can just jump into that and go for we went fishing the other night, so just decided at 9 o'clock, let's go fishing. Yeah. And away we went. The other issue is that because it's a boat, you can't get a mortgage on it, so you have to get a loan, I mean, we were lucky in that we got a loan and bought the hull, and then everything that we did, I just funded it as I worked. I did, I'd spend £1,000 here, £1,000 there, and slowly chipped away and built it up that way. So instead of investing into a mortgage, that's why sometimes it takes 20 years. Adventure, man. It's great. It's like a community of students who live on venture. It's
it's just a lovely boat, man. Everything about it is awesome. It's just really well done. And then obviously you've got Verda here, which is like party boat central, really. So it's sort of another community boat. The Hamish uses it for like charity gigs and stuff, and they've got a massive open plan space in the bus there. So like there's a yoga class that goes on there every now and again. And they used to do a pub night. That was awesome, but it would go on till like 5-6 in the morning. And basically what happens is the pubs would kick out, and like he would have beer there, and all the young team would come and like descend upon the boat at midnight, and it would just go on till all hours. So he kind of knocked that on the head.
I think the people that live on houseboats, they're really, really bold people, and they're really imaginative, really eclectic bunch of people. It's it's a lovely community to live in. There's always a party somewhere as well, so there's no shortage of fun along the riverbank here. The community started just after the war, during the hard times after the war. What happened after the war is they collected all of the motor torpedo boats, and Shoreham Beach was used as a sort of a dumping ground for all of the army and navy equipment. So Shoreham Beach is actually reclaimed land, and they stored lots of tanks and train carriages on the beach, and some of those were converted into houses. And if you go and have a look at some of those houses, you'll still see the original train carriage outline of it. So what happened is the motor torpedo boats that were dumped along the riverbank, people decided that this would make a great place to live in a time of massive austerity. So yeah, people started living in the motor torpedo boats as a cheap place to live. So and that, as the motor torpedo boats sort of slowly crumbled away, they got replaced with steel boats and bigger boats. So, but if you have a look along, if you go along the towpath, you'll be able to see some of the original motor torpedo boats. I think there's maybe 3 or 4 of them still left. So yeah, that's how it all started. My granddad, he was the first one that started living on a houseboat, and he was always a bit of an eccentric. So he was a pilot for Dan Air, and he was a pilot during the Second World War. But at the end of his career, one of the things he did is he bought a coach, and he outfitted that coach as a, well, me and my sister used to call it the house bus. And he went and toured all around Spain and a lot of Europe in his house bus. And then when he got back to the UK, he went down on Shoreham Beach, and he parked his bus down there, and he saw the houseboats. And with his savings, he bought one of the houseboats, and that was Red Biddy, an old coal barge, if you like. So he was always a bit of an eccentric, and I think he wasn't interested in living in a normal house. So I think when he died, my parents were just they thought, what a great opportunity to come and live in a unique place, and I've been afforded that same opportunity. So, yeah.